In this session, I shall tell you the importance of specifying the input to algorithms explicitly and carefully. So in order to understand this topic, the author has given one particular problem, and the problem name is finding the GCD of two numbers. So you people are quite familiar with how to find the GCD of two numbers. Mainly here the author wants to show that you have different methods to carry out a particular solution. And for any particular problem you want to solve, you have different solutions. There can be first solution, second solution, solution 3, solution 4. So you have various solutions in order to solve a problem. In algorithms also we have different methodologies, so that we can select that methodology in order to carry out our problem. Now these methodologies are mentioned in the textbook, okay, under each chapter, and you are going to learn in detail about these methods or methodologies or techniques, whichever name you call it. It is ultimately what the different solutions that are there in order to solve a particular problem. So if you look into the textbook, you come across different techniques, like for example you come across divide and conquer technique, decrease and conquer, greedy method, backtracking, branch and bound is another, recursive technique. So these techniques, so I have mentioned here few techniques which you are making use of it in order to solve the solution. You have different solutions to solve a problem. So the author here is giving one particular example in the introduction chapter, wherein the problem is to find the GCD of two numbers. So normally all of us are familiar with this particular solution, how to find the GCD of two numbers. But here in this chapter he has shown three different solutions. So your job is to find out which of these three methods is more efficient. Actually, at present you may not be knowing how to find the efficiency of the algorithm. Once you learn the different topics in my future lecture videos, then you will completely get to know how to find, how to compare the running times of different algorithms. So at present, just tell you the steps that are mentioned in these three methods. So the first method is the Euclid's algorithm, which is a popular method to find the GCD of two numbers. This is what I have mentioned also here, the different steps. Let me just focus. Step 1, look here, the first line input, here it is mentioned. For the first method is here Euclid's algorithm. Okay, let me just parallelly write and explain this with an example so that it will be much clearer to you all. First one, which is the Euclid's algorithm. Let me first read out the steps for the algorithm, then I'll explain you with an example. So the first method, Euclid's algorithm, step 1, and first read out the input, two non-negative, not both zero integers. You have to take m and n, and the output is what? The GCD of m and n. Step 1 is, if n equal to 0, return the value of m as the answer and stop. Otherwise, proceed to step 2. What is step 2? Divide m by n and assign the value of the remainder to r. Step 3 is assign the value of n to m and the value of r to n. Go to step 1. So let us do these steps with an example. GCD of m and n. Let us take 9 and 6. I have taken smaller numbers here. So what is that you have to do? First step is what? If n equal to 0. Now n is not equal to 0. This is m and this is n. So if n is equal to 0, then only you return the value of m, which is the GCD of two numbers. Otherwise, you have to go to step 2. Step 2 says that divide n by n. Okay, and assign the value of the remainder to r. Okay, because you are interested in remainder, you will carry out the modulo operation for these two numbers. Okay, and the remainder is what? The remainder is 3 here in this case. So that will be assigned to r. So what you are going to do is, you are writing here the remainder is 3, which is stored in r, and assign the value of n to m. Now n is 6, so your value for n is assigned to m. Fine. Assign the value of n to m. 6 is what? 6 is n now, which is assigned to m, and the value of r to n. Now n becomes what? The value for r. R is 3 here. So let me just write before this also one more step. Okay. The remainder of this is stored in r. Now r is holding 3. 3 is stored in n, and 6 is stored. Whatever is n is assigned to m. Once you carry out these steps, then you just check whether the value for n is equal to 0. No, it is not equal to 0. Then you carry out one more iteration, wherein now m value is 6, modulo operation of n, okay, which is equal to what? Now r value, it is The second method, which is consecutive integer checking. So what does this method says? Look at the steps. Divide m by t. First assign the value of minimum of m of n to t. Divide m by t. Then if the remainder of this division is 0, then only you go to step 3. Step 3 says that you divide n also by t. If the remainder of this division is also 0, then return the value of t as the answer and stop. Otherwise, you proceed to step 4. In step 4, you are decreasing the value of t by 1 and then going back to step 2. So I'll just give you one example so that you will understand these steps very clearly. First step, assign the value of minimum of, so we are going to take GCD of 9. Minimum of this, you have to assign it to t. So minimum of this is 6, which is assigned to t. Then divide m by t. M is 9, okay, t is 6. The modulo operation of this is how much? 3. Here our t value is 6. Let me write here. Okay, t value is 6. You have divided m with t value and you got 3, which is not equal to 0. At that point of time, you have to decrease t by 1. So it becomes 5. Then you carry out this. What is the remainder here? It is 4. Still it is not equal to 0. So decrease t by 1. So it is 4. Then once again divide m by t. T is 4 now. So here the remainder is 1. It is not equal to 0. So once again decrease the value of t by 1. So divide m by t value, which is 3 here. This time it becomes 0. So let us see the third method. In this method, what is the step 1? Find the prime factors of m. Step 2 is find the prime factors of n. Identify the common factors from step 1 and step 2. And if p is a common factor occurring pm and pn times in m and n, it should be repeated minimum of pm, pn times. Step 4 is what? Compute the product of all the common factors and return it as the GCD of the number given. GCD of what? 9 and 6. You have to find the prime factors of these two. So let us first carry out for 9 the prime factors. So here you are getting 3 and 3 are the factors for this. One more number is there, n, 6. So okay, for this what is that you got? 2 and 3. You need to take the common of this. Common is here. So this common number is what? The GCD. So in this case you will get GCD. Fine, here you are taking what? The prime factors. We also heard about factors of a number, prime factors also of a number. What is the difference? Factors of a number are simply the numbers which gets multiplied and give you the number, that is give you the given number. But whereas the prime factors are the numbers that are divisible only by 1 and by itself. For example, if I have to tell you the difference, suppose if I am having a number called 12, okay, I can write down 4 into 3 as the factors of this number, 12 and 1 as the factors of the number, 6 into 2 factors of this number. So all these are the factors of the numbers. But if I have to write the prime factors of 12, then it will be like this. I can write down like this, 3, 2, 2. Fine, because these are the prime numbers which are divisible by 1 and by itself. So when you have this 3 multiplied by 2, 6 multiplied by 2, 12. Now whichever is getting repeated here, you have to take it once. So 3 and 2. So these are the prime factors of 12. So this is the difference between factors and prime factors. So prime factors are basically the factors of a number which are prime numbers, whereas factors can be the numbers which gets multiplied and give you the given number. So all prime factors can be factors, but all factors cannot be the prime factors. My name is here to check the different steps that are written for each of this method. The first method has very clearly specified that the input should not be what? Negative. Non-negative is the word that is used by Euclid here, and not both 0. Both the numbers m and n cannot be 0. Okay, and not both 0 means you can take one number as 0 and one number as a non-zero. But the same thing, consecutive integer, but the same point consecutive integer checking method has not specified. So when you take in the consecutive integer checking method one number as 0, then this algorithm will not work. So that is the reason we have to see that are we specifying the inputs very carefully or not. The third method, middle school procedure method, okay, which has got the steps to check the prime factors of a number. So basically the author says that when middle school students, are they able to find the prime factors of any given number? Here at present I have taken very small numbers. Just imagine if you are taking a 3-digit number, 4-digit number and trying to find the prime factors. Are those students capable of carrying out the prime factors? Also, whether they know how to pick the common factors from both this prime factorization. Second method and third method, are they taking more time to execute? That means, are they having the running time more than the Euclid's algorithm, or the Euclid's algorithm is having more running time compared to the other two methods? So these kind of comparison of the running times of different algorithms is what you are going to learn. Okay, once you compare, you will come to know how efficient an algorithm is. So here we have seen the different steps. The same steps, if you try to convert this algorithm into a code, execute it, find the efficiency, that is the time complexity of that program, then you will come to know which program, which algorithm is which method is more efficient. So basically the entire course is what to find out the efficiency of an algorithm, to compare the running times of different algorithms, to compare the time efficiency and space efficiency of different algorithms. Mainly in this session, I wanted to tell you the importance of specifying an input very carefully and very explicitly. If you find this session useful, please like, share and subscribe to my channel. Thank you. Bye bye and take care.